We've known for a while that Animal Crossing has been a massive hit for Nintendo on the Nintendo Switch, especially the fact that it's come out at a time where everyone is staying at home around the world. I actually made a video on this channel back in April saying that the game had sold over 11.77 million copies in just 12 days, making it the best ever start for a Nintendo Switch title. And also then in the first 6 weeks the game had sold 13.41 million copies. But there's even more good news among the sales of Animal Crossing, and I shall tell you about that in this video. But before we get into it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you want to hear all the latest Nintendo news and gaming news. I will be live streaming the PlayStation event tomorrow, so join me from that on the Twitch channel, and leave a like if you enjoyed this video, as it helps support the channel massively as well. So back when I reported the fact that in the first 6 weeks Animal Crossing had sold 13.41 million copies, Nintendo came out and basically said that surprised them because that exceeded the lifetime sales target for the game that they had set before the game had launched. So this is what they had to say on that matter. The initial sales of Animal Crossing New Horizons have greatly exceeded our expectations. We were targeting the current sales numbers for the game's lifetime, considering fans have been waiting such a long time for the game, but it all happened much faster rate than we had anticipated. So bearing in mind now that is in the first 6 weeks of the game's launch, they sold more games in that period than they had planned to for the entire lifetime, or at least matched the target at that point for the entire lifetime of the series, what they expected to get in the next 2, 3, 4 years, however long the game is still relevant until a new version comes out. And more good news has been suggested by a recent post in Famitsu, which suggests that in just downloads, Animal Crossing has sold 10 million units now. So bear in mind, when we reported this news over a month ago now, the game has sold 13.41 million copies. Famitsu is now saying in just downloads the game has sold 10 million. Now, I don't know the exact amount of physical copies the game has sold up to now, and I don't know the exact amount of the attach rate in terms of like how many people are buying digital versus physical. But let's just put a couple of things into speculation. If it was 50-50, which it probably isn't 50-50, but if it was, that would mean that the game is on about 20 million units. Say it's a little bit more 60-40, then the game's probably on about 18 million or 16 million units. 16 million units worldwide, and that is massive for a fact that the game's been out, what, just over 2 months at this point? And let's put it into perspective in the bigger picture even more. So the fact that say we're calling it 16 million units at this point. You've got games such as Pokemon Sword and Shield, Super Mario Odyssey, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which are all approaching the 20 million units sales mark, and Animal Crossing has literally caught up. It's on their tails. It could potentially overtake some of them, and it could potentially be on 20 million units in total. We're not sure, but even if it's not there yet, it pretty much is going to be there soon, and probably, very likely, could hit it before some of them, and definitely by the end of the year probably will overtake most of those games I've just mentioned. And they're not exactly bad games. You've got Super Mario Odyssey there, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which both came out in the first year of the Nintendo Switch. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sold like hotcakes, you know, one of the best Zelda games of all time, if not the best, considered by a lot of people. Heavily praised for its new approach to a Zelda game. One game of the year. You got Super Mario Odyssey again, another hot seller, another one that was very well regarded in terms of first party Nintendo title. Then you got Pokemon Sword and Shield. Obviously Pokemon always sells well, but it had a lot of issues, but still managed to break records. But that's only been out since last November. But still, Animal Crossing, less than half the time that's been available. And then Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, again another top seller on any Nintendo console, always one of the top games. They've got another year on Pokemon in terms of how long that's been out for, but still, the fact that Animal Crossing has caught up to these games, I guess is quite unheard of really, because these are all massive franchises, and as much as Animal Crossing is a popular franchise, it's never quite been in the same league as any of the ones mentioned there. So yeah, really good news for the Animal Crossing franchise. And as much as this is the credit of the fact that the world's going through a pandemic, everyone's stuck at home, people want to switch, and this game really works well when you're stuck at home because of the amount of time you can consume playing it, I think a lot of credit needs to go towards social media and videos online like YouTube, and people watching content like that on Twitch and streaming, because back when maybe the last Animal Crossing came out on the 3DS, people don't really you know, the content sharing of playing 3DS games is not as much because it's a lot harder to do it. And back when that came out, it also wasn't as big of a scene on the internet. If you go back to the Wii days, definitely wasn't a scene then. So I think a lot of the sort of sales has been because people have seen this thing, but they haven't seen it before, and they've all wanted to get a Switch and want to play it, and that seems to be the way it's gone. You could also maybe credit the mobile app for some of it, because people are getting a little bit of an experience of Animal Crossing, then maybe they're seeing the full game on their favourite influencers' Instagram or YouTube channel, and they want to pick it up as well because they see them having so much fun with it, and they're just sitting in the house doing nothing on their own. So I feel like a lot of those factors together has had a contribution to why this game in particular has done so well. And to be honest, I'm going to go out on a whim and say I would be shocked if the next iteration of Animal Crossing does as well, at least initially in the same time period as this one does, because of the set of circumstances that have come together at the same time. But we will see in the future if that is a correct statement or not. I just want to point out at the end of this video that this number that's given from Famitsu, that the game has sold to over 10 million digital units, is not confirmed by Nintendo. Just want to make sure that people are aware of that before they watch the video, but it is a likely source and it's reliable, so that is why we've made the video on that today. And on that note, I'm going to end the video, so if you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like on the video. It helps support the channel massively, helps show me that you like what I'm doing here. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to reach 250 subscribers by the end of July, so I'd love it if you can help me get to that point. Don't forget to check me out on Twitch if you would like to see some gameplay. I stream a couple of times a week there, the link to that in the description. And there's 2 videos on your screen right now. One of them is the most recent upload, the other one is recommended for you by YouTube, so check them out, and I shall see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.